Hello! In this video, we're going to talk about some common mistakes you will make when you are writing although and but sentences. In Chinese, you may say, 雖然我而家就放緊假，但係我唔係咁開心咯。雖然我而家放緊好長嘅假，但我有好多功課要做啊。佢雖然好有錢，但佢覺得好孤單。Janice 雖然跑得好快，但佢追唔到架巴士喎。But in English, we never use although and but in the same sentence. So when we look at this sentence, how do we translate into English? Do we say, although I am having a long holiday, but I am not happy? This is wrong. Because you have although and but in the same sentence. This is wrong. How do we make it correct? You can say, although I am having a long holiday, I am not happy. Or, I am having a long holiday, but I am not happy. Another example? How do we translate into English? Do we say, although I am having a long holiday, but I have a lot of homework to do? This is wrong. Because you have although and but in the same sentence, you should say, although I'm having a long holiday, I have a lot of homework to do. Or, I'm having a long holiday, but I have a lot of homework to do. Another example? Do we say, although he is rich, but he feels lonely? Of course, this is wrong. Because you have although and but in the same sentence, you should write, although he is rich, he feels lonely. Or, he is rich, but he feels lonely. Another simple way to say this sentence is, he is rich, but lonely. One more example. Do we say, although Janice ran very fast, but she could not catch the bus? Of course, you know this is wrong. Again, you have although and but in the same sentence, so this is wrong. You should say, although Janice ran very fast, she could not catch the bus. Or, Janice ran very fast, but she could not catch the bus. Another simpler way to say this is, Janice ran very fast, but could not catch the bus. Now let's talk about the comma issue. This is the comma. When do we need a comma? If you look at these sentences, the first two sentences, they have commas. The last one, it doesn't. These sentences, they look the same. The first two sentences, they have commas. The last one, it doesn't. Why? Pause the video here and think about it. I'll give you some hints. Can you figure it out? So when you have although at the front, you must have a comma in the middle. This sentence, the same. Although at the front, comma must be in the middle. So when we have although at the front, we must have a comma in the middle. But if we put although in the middle, we don't need a comma. This sentence is the same. If you put although in the middle, you don't need a comma. How about but sentences? We must put but in the middle of a sentence. But when do we need a comma? Let's look at the first sentence. He is rich. He feels lonely. These two are independent clauses. What are independent clauses? If you take these two clauses out, are they sentences? He is rich. This is a sentence. He feels lonely. This is also a sentence. So these two are independent clauses. You must put comma before but in this sentence. How about this sentence? Let's look at the first part. Janice ran very fast. She could not catch the bus. These two are also independent clauses. Because Janice ran very fast is a sentence. She could not catch the bus is also a sentence. So you must put a comma before but in this sentence. How about this sentence? He is rich. Lonely. Are these independent clauses? Let's see. He is rich. This is a sentence. Lonely. Is it a sentence? No, this is not. It is just an adjective. So, these are not independent clauses. You don't need a comma for this sentence. How about this one? Janice ran very fast. Could not catch the bus. Are they independent clauses? Let's see. Janice ran very fast. Okay, this is a sentence. Could not catch the bus. Where is the subject? This is not a sentence. The subject is missing. So this is not an independent clause. So you don't need a comma for this sentence. If you compare these two sentences, you can see lonely is an adjective. This is not an independent clause, so you don't need a comma. For the second one, he is rich is a sentence. He feels lonely is also a sentence. These two are also independent clauses. So you need a comma for this one. If you compare these two, could not catch the bus. The subject is missing. This is not a sentence. So this is not an independent clause. You don't need a comma for the first one. How about the second one? Janice ran very fast. This is a sentence. She could not catch the bus is also a sentence. So these two are independent clauses. So you need a comma for this one. Summary. In English, we never put although and but in the same sentence. We only add a comma to the sentence when we have although at the front. But if you have although in the middle, you don't need a comma. You must put but in the middle of sentence. You only need a comma when you have independent clauses before and after it. If you have a but sentence, and in some parts you just have adjective phrases, verb phrases, which are not independent clauses, you don't need a comma. This is the end of this video. But before we say goodbye, I have a task for you. How would you translate the following lyrics into an although sentence or a but sentence? Bye bye!
一句說話有幾個英文用又用得核突。 although